and they spread from person to person, and they move from one mind, to another, and to another. All of these things kind of come together. Now, there was another group of sociologists, a Stephen Walton and a Donald Going, and they talked about self-replicating sentences. And he said those are similar to a virus. And what does he mean by that? Well, virus is a small object that attaches to a larger object and then takes control of the larger object. Any of you ever had a cold? Virus? Any of you had a disease of any kind? Have you had the mumps, the measles, chicken pox? These are little bitty things. And they take hold of our bodies and then they control us, don't they? That's a virus. Now, we've moved that into the technological world and we say our computers have viruses. And if you've ever seen the commercial, the person is told that their computer has a virus, so they suit up and they put on a mask and everything else because they don't want to catch this virus. Okay, not the same kind of thing, but it uses memes as a virus. And these things spread. And they go from one computer to the next computer to the next computer. One of my friends just got hit with one of those. I got an email from them. Now, I had just talked to them about an hour earlier, and then I got an email from them saying they were in the Philippines, and their wallet had been stolen, and all of their identification, and it was going to take 4 to 6 days before they could get any funds, and could I wire them some funds? I knew it was true, because it came from them, right? No. It was a virus. It was a simple idea. It was a self-replicating sentence that was spread over and over and over and over again. And sometimes those can change an entire culture, can't they? Something little, like religious freedom. That idea took hold. Now, before the foundation of the United States, back in Europe, most countries had church states. The church and the state were so identified one with the other that nobody could even conceive of a state, of a country, having a whole variety of different religions. They had one. And whatever the leader was, that was the religion of the country. And then all of a sudden this meme came along. And it said, we are going to allow for varying religions. And we're going to go to a place that will allow for that. And we're going to fight for those kinds of freedoms. And along with that came all of the other freedoms that we're going to enjoy on the 4th of July in a few weeks. And it was called the democratic experiment, wasn't it? The United States. That's a meme that was self-replicating, that took hold and changed an entire culture and an entire worldwide scheme. Now, I want to give you a few others that took place a few millennium ago. Jews versus Gentiles. Us, them. Jews good, Gentiles bad, right? Everybody knows that. It's a meme that's already taken hold. It's self-replicated to the point within the Jewish community that everybody knows you don't associate with Gentiles. Or how about Greeks? Greek-speaking people versus barbarians. Okay, the name alone tells you which one is good. If you speak Greek, you're good. If you speak any other language, you are a barbarian. Free men versus slaves. Okay, any votes on which one you want to choose? One was good, one was not. Or male versus female. Now that one may be a little harder from our perspective, but back then it was very clear males held the upper hand. If you had a choice, which we don't, you chose to be male. Why? Because the advantages fell to the males. It was us versus them. I want to show you another one. Darlene, if I can have you click on that video a minute.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
Gesundheit, you okay?
No, I'm not okay. I have that virus that's going around.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, you better stay back. This one's a doozy.
That's okay, I'll be fine.
No, do not be a hero. Last year there were 114,000 known viruses for PCs.
PCs, not Macs. So you just grab this one.
I think I got a crash.
Hey, if you feel like that'll help, good.
Sure, you've never seen that one before, right? That's a meme. That's a self-replicating sentence that takes hold within our culture. And so if someone says Mac versus PC, you're going, hey, yeah, I know that one. I'm a PC person. No, I'm a Mac person. Now, since then, Macs have gotten hit with a whole lot of viruses. Now, that's just kind of a little aside. So what does all of this have to do with what Paul is talking about to the Galatians and what Luke is talking about with demons in the gospel according to Luke? Well, within each one of us, there is an identity that is sealed within us. When you were born, in fact, before you were born, God placed his image within you. And he made that your identity. You are a child of God. Now that's been there throughout all of eternity. But we've gotten hit by a virus, and it's wiped out some of our memory. And that meme that goes around that says, no, I'm a pastor. No, I'm a dad. No, I'm a grandpa. No, I'm a husband, has taken over instead of, no, I'm a child of God. So it leads to an entirely false sense of premises, these self-replicating statements. Listen to Genesis when it talks about this image of God. Now God said, let us make human beings in our image. Notice our. God is saying our. Father, Son, Holy Spirit maybe? God is saying, let us make human beings in our image, make them reflecting our nature so that they can be responsible for the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, the cattle, yes, earth itself, and every animal that moves on the face of the earth. God created human beings. He created them God-like, reflecting God's nature. He created them male and female. You know what that says to me right away? You heard what it says. God is going to create human beings in their nature. So part of the nature of God is male. Part of the nature of God is female. Somehow God chose to pull those out and say, here, we need a helpmate for both. We need a companion for both. We need partners for both. We need engaged couples, male and female. Now, if they're all alike, why do they need each other? God says, well, I'll make them a little bit different. I'll give part of my qualities to one and part of my qualities to another, but when they come together, they reflect the nature of God. And God said, prosper, reproduce, fill the earth, take charge. Be responsible for the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, for every living thing that moves on the face of the earth. And we have since forgotten. We got hit by a virus. We were hacked, so to speak, by sin. And sin inserted itself. And it was only a little bitty sin.